You've been in IT for a while, long enough to see your fair share of late-night deployments, high-stakes migrations, and that one project that somehow went live even though everything broke 2 hours before launch. You've delivered results, built a good reputation, maybe climbed into mid-level management. You've earned that credibility. But now, things feel stuck. You've hit a ceiling that no one really warned you about. The promotions slow down, the titles stop changing, and even though you're doing solid work, the leap to something like CIO or head of digital transformation seems further away than ever. And here's the tricky part. Just as AI starts to shake up every corner of the business world, it feels like those top roles might get even harder to reach. But the truth is, this shift could actually be your biggest advantage if you know how to move with it. So let's walk through 5 ways ambitious IT professionals can future-proof their careers and break through that glass ceiling once and for all. 1. Stay close to technology. Orla Daly, CIO at Skillsoft, says this is the golden rule. In the past, moving up the corporate ladder meant moving away from the technical stuff. You'd spend less time with code or infrastructure and more time in meetings and management. But Daly says that playbook doesn't work anymore. The leaders who thrive today and in the future are the ones who stay connected to both technology and business. She told ZDNet that digital, data, and especially AI are now central to every organization's growth. The days of CIOs being pure managers are over. You'll need to stay closer to technology, maybe more than previously, she said. It's not just about delegating tasks, it's about understanding how new tools actually work and how they can reshape your company's operations. Even Daly herself still builds her own AI agents for simple automation, despite being years removed from her engineering days. Why? Because that hands-on understanding keeps her sharp. It's one thing to talk about AI from a high level. It's another to actually use it. Future CIOs won't just talk strategy. They'll be able to show in detail how AI can streamline their own workflows and even take over certain executive functions. 2. Get hands-on with digital. Fausto Flates, Vice President of Data Intelligence at Scott's Miracle-Gro, agrees completely. For him, staying technically aware is non-negotiable. If you don't understand the power and limitations of AI, he says, you're not going to be successful. Even with VP in his title, Flates still spends time building machine learning models. He knows what's possible, what's hype, and where technology actually hits a wall. He says that as you move up in IT, it's easy to drift away from the hands-on work that got you there in the first place. But that's dangerous. You can't lead well if you've lost touch with the tools your teams are using. He constantly asks himself questions like, how do I deploy AI into the business? How can we re-envision our company's processes with it? That mindset, combining leadership with technical fluency, is what separates future-ready executives from those who just maintain status quo. For ambitious professionals, that means getting curious again. Experiment with new platforms. Build small prototypes. Play with data. Know what's possible, so when the time comes to pitch an AI-driven project, you're not guessing, you're leading with insight. 3. Develop a can-do attitude. David Walmsley, Chief Digital and Technology Officer at Pandora, says, this one's all about mindset. The days of blaming third-party vendors or waiting for consultants to save the day are over. In today's business world, technology isn't a support service. It's a strategic growth engine, and the people leading it can't afford to play it safe. Walmsley believes in what he calls proving by doing. He'd rather his team ship 2 successful solutions and break a third than deliver nothing because they overanalyzed everything. You've got to have the right mindset, he says. Pick a cliché, fail fast, iterate quickly, whatever works, but success is about getting things done. This attitude defines the new generation of digital leaders. They're proactive, not reactive. They lean into problems, experiment, and use each failure as data for the next success. In the AI age, that's the only way forward. Technology moves too fast for endless planning cycles. You've got to learn by building. Number 4. Learn to adapt. Now, being proactive doesn't mean knowing every single tool or coding language that comes out. Ed Fido, CEO and co-founder of the London Interdisciplinary School, says the real superpower for future leaders is adaptability. Digital tools will always evolve faster than professionals can master them, he explains. The trick is not to chase everything new, but to build the human skills that make you flexible and resilient. At his university, They teach students across disciplines because tech never exists in isolation. It's always tied to psychology, economics, culture, and ethics. Fido says the professionals who thrive are those who understand how systems interact, why people resist new tools, why organizations drag their feet, and how incentives shape behavior. He gives a great example. AI systems aren't just technical challenges. They raise legal, social, and even environmental questions. So the professionals who will stay relevant are those who can look at the full picture, ask the right questions, and make sense of the messy intersections between technology and humanity. Adaptability isn't about memorizing new frameworks. It's about developing curiosity, critical thinking, and collaboration, the things AI can't replace. Number 5, build a network. Finally, Ankur Anand, Group CIO at Nash Squared, reminds everyone that success doesn't happen in isolation. You could be the smartest person in the room, but if no one knows what you're doing, opportunities will pass you by. Anand says to be curious, explore and learn about new technologies and techniques, especially AI. Look for opportunities to utilize and experiment with it. But beyond learning, he emphasizes connection. Keep your skills fresh, yes, but keep your network even fresher. The more you stay in touch with peers, mentors, and industry trends, the more likely it is that the next opportunity will find you. And don't just focus on hard skills or certifications. Anand says that soft skills, communication, emotional intelligence, creativity, stakeholder management are becoming the real differentiators as silos break down and collaboration becomes central. He also suggests developing modular skills, capabilities that transfer across domains. For example, pair your software engineering background with project management expertise, or blend data science with business strategy. That kind of flexibility makes you valuable in any setting. So here's the big takeaway. Future-proofing your career isn't about running after every shiny new tech trend. It's about staying grounded in technology, getting your hands dirty with digital work, acting with confidence, learning faster than you forget, and keeping your human network alive. Those 5 moves, staying close to technology, getting hands-on with digital, developing a can-do attitude, learning to adapt, and building a strong network, are what will separate tomorrow's IT leaders from the ones who get left behind. That glass ceiling? It's not made of glass, it's made of hesitation. Break it. All right, that's it for this one. If you're serious about leveling up your IT career, keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep your connections strong. Catch you in the next one.